How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have some more news for Starfield. We have Pete Hines and Phil Spencer jumping into the Q&A and answering some questions, some stuff that a lot of people want to know about Starfield, and yeah, we're going to be going over them here in this video. Pete Hines specifically was on Women in Gaming with Bethesda's mainstream special the other day, and I just wanted to show you guys some main highlights and go over them because I think these are some of the best features some players really want to know about when it comes to Starfield. Now, before we jump on into the video, if you do like the Starfield content that you see here today, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe for more because I will be keeping you up to date with all things Starfield. With that said, let's dive into the video. Now, one of the biggest things I want to know about is the space flight whenever you're going between planets to planets. That's one of the best and coolest parts of any space exploration based game. Now, Pete Hines seems to have had some experience with this, so I'm going to show you guys a quick clip on what he said about space exploration.
Can we fly freely between planets within a system? Like, I don't know. I have not tested because it's not my thing, like how much flying you can do in real time between things. Like, it's not really my thing. I tend to jump, but yeah, every planet you see, every moon you can see, you can jump to. When you go to a system, you'll see a bunch of little icons. Again, you can see them in the Starfield Direct, and they will give you idea of where you can find things on a planet to do. Like, hey, there's something here. There's a, there's a civilian outpost. There might be an abandoned something, as well as the ones in space. Like, there's a ship here or a star, and you don't know, like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Am I going to die? Is it going to be, a quest? But it, it does at least give you an idea as you're exploring. Like, if you're looking for something to do, like there might be something here. But you can also just, I'm just going to go land on that moon and see, like, enjoy yourself. Yeah, what's on that moon.
Now, it does look like Pete doesn't have that much experience when it comes to jumping from planet to planet, but nonetheless, it does look like he said that you can actually go from planet to planet and check it out. Now, I think most players are going to basically use the jumping base feature, but nonetheless, the fact that we have it is pretty nice. Now, in this next clip, Pete was asked a few questions regarding spacewalking and some of the encounters that he's had in the game. I found this clip very interesting because of the different approaches that you can take to combat, and yeah, let's check out this clip.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a thing I've ever done. It's not, it's not a, like, go float around. You're not jumping out to go fix a satellite. It's
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, just like, of course you can walk on the
I know I have been jettisoned out of a ship in outer space, but that was totally unintentional and highly comical. I tried to, a ship landed on his surface. Todd had this happen to him too, and like went. And I created a save game because, again, like, I like to test the game when I'm in this phase of, like, what does the game do here, right? Because I know our players are going to try different things. So I would wait until they all went to explore, and I would sneak and follow them and, like, kill them one by one. And then I'd go back to the save, like, okay, they're still on the I'm just going to bum rush the ship, throwing grenades, like, kill everybody. And I did, and I went to go into the ship, like, to enter the actual inside of the ship itself. And the pilot hadn't left the ship and the door was locked, and he just took off with me in the car.
Again, we have another clip of Pete talking about how Starfield gives you amazing options whenever you're engaging in space combat in Starfield. And that's pretty nice, because I want to be able to approach fights in multiple ways and feel like they're successful regardless of what I choose. I'm glad to see that Pete tried out multiple things, and I'm excited to try them out myself. Now, in my previous video, I did talk about how there was going to be a lot of heavy focus on modding in the modding community for Bethesda. They have been releasing a lot of new information that's really great for the modding community, but I did want to show you some of the clips that Pete talked about when it comes to the modding in Starfield.
7 days from now, and then turns out we're launching twice, which, again, to your point, like, how often do we launch it twice? Like, it's hard to ESO, I guess, kind of PC and console.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, it does feel different. Yeah, but it's coming, and again, like, I get excited about this game because I love it so much, and I love what we've made and what that team made. But there's a lot more coming, and when you start to think about the kind of communities that come around Bethesda Game Studios games, and putting a tool like that in the hands of people to go, how'd you like to make a planet? Like, how'd you like to do, like, all of that is going to just be off the charts when you start getting a community to come in and add all of the different things that they want to bring to it, their own stories they want to tell, whatever it is, or hell, I have a list of things I already want to mod. So
that was one of my questions. Do you have a list of things you want to do? Like, because
Now, obviously, modding is going to be a big part of Starfield for many, many years to come. I expect that we're going to be playing Starfield for at least a decade, but yeah, I'm glad to see the heavy focus on modding. I'm glad that some people within the company is interested in modding, and that's a really good sign for the future of the modding community in Starfield. The final clip I wanted to show you guys with Pete was the one in response to basically the quests and the size of the game, because he had some really interesting things to say. Check it out.
That the game is able to reveal to you just how big it is because you do so many different things than somebody else. Even like the number of hours doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Like telling somebody, oh, I played Starfield for 40 hours tells you nothing about what that person has done. Like I had a conversation with Todd, this was a couple of months ago now, I think. And he was like, you know, how far are you in? I was like, I just hit 80 hours. And he's like, so what did you think of the main quest? And I said, oh, I haven't done it. Like, at all. He goes, what are you doing? Like, I need you to play. I was like, well, I was doing all these other things. I'm trying factions and seeing, you know, what does it feel like? He's like, you have to play the main quest. And so 80 hours in, I went from doing one game to a completely different game where I started really focusing on the main quest. And then I got so caught up in the main quest that I spent the next 50 hours just doing that. Like I forgot about all the other things because I got so wrapped up in the story. And like we intentionally don't talk about the main quest a lot because truthfully it is super spoilery. But I'm here to tell you that this game doesn't really even get going until you finish the main quest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secretive enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you don't have to, but what they've done there, that story, it's my favorite Bethesda Game Studios story. It's my favorite Bethesda Game Studios ending to a story. And I think and hope people enjoy it as much as I have.
Okay, I need vacation.
When do you want off? You want to?
Yeah, next.
So as you can see, when it comes to the exploration factor and the quests and everything that comes with Starfield, there's going to be a substantial difference in the play. You and I are probably going to have completely different play times, and based on like the fact that he was able to go to not even do the story quest and experience the game completely different is really nice, because I'm the kind of player that like to just go out and explore the world and just learn everything that's going on, and by the time I come back to the main quest that I should have done like at the beginning of the game, I have an entire like fleet. That's what my ideal situation will be, but we'll have to see how it goes. And yeah, I'm really excited to see that we can just go and do whatever we want. Now, I did say that Phil Spencer did talk about some of the cool things that were happening in Starfield and some of the features that he liked. I'm going to show you this quick clip. Check it out.
Okay, so we're super excited for Starfield.
Super excited.
I am. So I think I'm on my 15th playthrough. I'm probably 200 hours in, but not on one playthrough, because like we change save game formats, blah blah blah, all that stuff. So I started in November, but I'm playing like I think on my final character playthrough, total space pirate. Man, I'm total space pirate. I think it's more Oblivion than Skyrim. For people who play, maybe they'll get that. It is an epic game.
That was Phil Spencer, the CEO of Xbox, and yeah, he plays Starfield, and that's his experience. 15 playthroughs. That's pretty insane, and I'm loving the fact that every single clip I'm showing you guys is of people who are in the game that are higher ups. You know, they're actually in the game, playing the game, and they understand the game. I find a lot of times in the modern era that a lot of the people who are in charge are not like aware of the game that they're playing, and they're just kind of just pushing the game out. They're involved in the modding community, they're involved in the gameplay. That's a great sign. I'm super excited to see that in Starfield. But yeah, I'd love to know you guys' thoughts when it comes to this. You know, when you see a company this involved in the game, it just has to be great potential for the game. With that said, that's going to be it for this video. I just want to keep you guys up to date on some of the things going on within Starfield, because this is really important that the people who are playing, like in charge of Starfield, are playing, and this is again a really great sign. Anyway, don't forget to like as well as subscribe for more Starfield content, and I'll see you guys in the next video very, very soon.